Hi guys, so I want to show you this speech from the European Parliament, a Spanish MEP, basically saying that the UK will become an economic island after Brexit and they will not be able to rely on Donald Trump to help out. Not sure what he means by that, but let's hear what he had to say. And I agree with some of the things he says, I disagree with others.
Never in the history of the European Union have we faced so many problems at the same time. We need to stick together, but never in the European Union history have we made such an effort to ensure that we have the funding available to save Europeans. Let's think about...
So I just want to comment on this for a moment. So yes, we have worked together as a union to help each other out. And we did come together to do that. But the problem with this is that there still is a conflict between the northern states, which are more frugal, and the southern states, which were less frugal. And this is still an issue of conflict between member states. Yes, we came together to deal with this pandemic to help all states recover from the economic damage of the pandemic. And this is something very important to remember. It was a huge success. But it's also important to acknowledge that there still is conflict between member states.
The United Kingdom here, because it's leaving the European Union and it will have no access to the recovery fund. Next year, for the first time, Europeans will have money that comes from our common pooled debt taken on by all of us. But the United Kingdom will not have access to that money because it'll be out.
Of course, and that's true. The UK will not have access to these funds. And this is actually quite a problem because at the moment, Rishi Sunak is increasing public debt. Now, what's going to happen is his government or the successive government will have to pay this debt back. Now, there are a number of different ways he can do this. He can devalue the currency, like what Spain and Italy used to do in the past. But unfortunately, this is damaging to the people at the very bottom because if you devalue the currency, the money in your pocket is worth less the day after the currency is devalued. So while it may help some industries and it may help the government service the debt, it does hit the poorest in society the most. Now, another alternative is austerity. And I truly feel that that's the way Rishi Sunak is going to go after this pandemic has been dealt with. Austerity will be back with a vengeance, and it's going to be another way to damage the economy, and it's going to be another way how the poor in society are going to suffer the most.
Family is there for you when you need it, and it's the same story for the European Union. And now in the United Kingdom, they'll see what it's like to be alone. They won't have access to the recovery fund. They won't have access to the single market if we can't reach an agreement. And without Donald Trump, the United Kingdom could become a genuine economic island. Well, that's why we need to make an effort, because we feel links to them, but also because they're our neighbours. We need to help them to ensure that the coming year is not the blackest in their history.
Okay, I'm not sure what he means by this, how we can help, so how the European Union can help the UK. I hope there's going to be cooperation, on climate change, on social issues, although that's going to be a bit difficult with Boris Johnson in number 10. But Boris Johnson will not be in number 10 forever, so he will be replaced by someone else. I'm hoping that within a few years there will be a Labour government. Hopefully Keir Starmer will be Prime Minister. Keir Starmer is a completely different individual, completely different way of thinking when it comes to economic issues, social issues. So I'm sure that a UK government headed by Keir Starmer would have a much better relationship with the European Union. And of course, Brexiteers may think that the relationship between the UK and the European Union ends on the 1st of January. That's not the case. And it's not just about trade. Because we live so close together, we have to have a relationship. We have to share goals. We have to share ideals when it comes to climate change, to security, national security, international security. policing, energy, all sorts of initiatives. I'm sure that these relationships are going to continue. I know Brexiteers seem to think that the UK would become some sort of hermit nation, a sort of European in the sense of on the continent, not politically, but a European North Korea. Just close the border and no one enters and no one leaves. I know some Brexiteers would like that, but I think most people in Britain would not like that. They understand that, there is a relationship with the European continent. Let me know in the comments section. No, actually, before I just ask you to respond, I don't agree with this MEP. I think it's important that we understand that there are conflicts within the European Union itself, between the North and South, between even individual member states. But going forward, I think we have to acknowledge that the UK will have a relationship with the EU, and it's on both. For the mutual benefit of both that this relationship is a positive one. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.